The Ghost of Helsinki. How we let the world sleepwalk into chaos. Cold War diplomacy is dead, not fading, not fraying. A vacuum, wide, volatile, denial, and the illusion that chaos can be managed, and ready to explode. Dead. And in its place? 50 years ago, in July 1975, the world's leaders gathered in Helsinki, haunted by the wreckage of 2 world wars and the shadow of nuclear annihilation. Not because anyone trusted each other, but because the alternative was total destruction. 35 nations signed a pact, the Helsinki Final Act, designed not to unite the world, but to freeze it in a kind of uneasy balance. That balance is gone. The fear that once kept the world in check has evaporated, awakening. The Middle East? Boiling? Asia? And what's left is far more dangerous: arrogance. Politically exhausted and morally confused. It worked today. We still talk about the post-war order like it exists. It doesn't. The OSCE, the so-called guardian of that legacy, is a hollow shell. Not in the ideals, but in the attitude. The cold, sober diplomacy that understood peace wasn't a given. Competing in silence. America no longer knows if it's a global enforcer or a retreating empire. They didn't see it coming. This time, we do, and we're still doing nothing. Europe? Borders real and imagined are shifting. They moralize, threaten, isolate. Norms are collapsing. The idea that anyone controls anything is becoming laughable. That enemies could talk not because they wanted to, but because the alternative was worse. Eurasia? All the while respect. And realism even between rivals, there's no diplomacy. There's just noise. And yet, we cling to 1975 like it's a manual instead of a memory. Here's the hard truth. In 1925, the world thought war was behind them. It wasn't. Less than 2 decades later, everything burned. This isn't just a geopolitical shift, it's a moral unraveling. We've been here before. That compromise wasn't weakness. Today's leaders speak in absolutes. But without basic trust, back then, just a global system held together by assumptions, and now it's coming apart at the seams. We never built anything after the Cold War ended. We just assumed the right side won, and that would be enough. Only wreckage. But nothing was codified. No new rules, no treaty, no shared understanding. Power is fluid. Alliances are brittle. And war, once unthinkable, is being casually floated again by talking heads with no skin in the game. The scary part? So is there anything left of Helsinki worth remembering? Maybe. We've lost that. The Cold War was a terrifying time. But it had rules? This new era? It has none. Just moving targets and wishful thinking. And when the next crisis hits, and it will, there may be no Helsinki-style table left to gather around. Drop your thoughts below and repost. Can we rebuild diplomacy before it's too late, or are we already too far gone?